Ladies and gentlemen, today our guests on the show are Mr. Sunil Dhawan and Saurabh Dhawan, directors at SSF Plastics India. SSF has spread over 12 factories in India and caters to the entire FMCG sector in all segments. A very warm welcome to my show, Insights with Nidhi Verma, sir.
Thank you very much. It's our pleasure.
Excellent.
Thank you for having us here.
Oh, pleasure is all mine. Sunil ji, which city do you actually belong from? Because you're not from Mumbai, that much I know.
Yeah, I born and brought up in Amritsar. I shifted to Bombay in 85. My journey of plastic started in 85.
Okay, so you're from the holy land of the Golden Temple.
Yeah.
I think, I'm not sure you remember, I did visit your office once many years back. And I was so delighted to see the breathtaking, beautiful shrines you have at the entrance of your office, giving away so much of positive vibes. So work is worship. I think you've actually put it to practice in your office itself.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
What a journey, Sunil ji, in a short span of, I think, 35 years, starting with the one molding machine. Today, I think you have more than about 265 plastic molding machines. What was the driving force behind such a drastic success story?
It's a passion to work, be a true entrepreneur, nurture your relation, loyal to your customer, loyal to your all partners, whether it's a supplier or a buyer.
Okay, so
then growth come automatically.
The basic principles we stand hold by.
Yeah, always.
Okay. You have very many different types of machines: injection molding, extrusion molding, injection molding, and injection stretch blow molding. Any new machines that you've added which are catering to the specific needs of your customers that may have arisen in the pandemic time, Sunilji?
No, there are some sectors has come down, some sectors has increased, sectors has come down. So we are able to shift our capacities, and we are able to service our all customers very timely. I'm very proud of my team also, my front warriors. They were, because most of our factories are on the border of the neighboring states, and traveling was tough, but my people have camped in the factories and they made it happen. And we are one of the fastest able to restart our factories and service our customers.
That's very good to hear. You're also catering to FMCG, where the demands in terms of quality as well as delivery schedules are pretty high. How did you maintain both the parameters, quality as well as the standards in delivery?
If your team knows their job well, and from the start, the day you enter the industry, our standards are always maintained, and that is one of the reason we have grown. Because we never compromise on our quality, we never compromise on anything, on principles. So that is the journey. Start with, and it is not always our team is committed to the quality, committed to the service, and systems are well in place. Whether it is pandemic or it is not there, the systems are worked always.
So you're the people as well as the processes and the systems that have actually won the war for you.
Yeah.
Sunilji, your factories, I've heard from your customers as well as your vendors, are extremely clean environments. Was there any scope of adding more procedures due to the pandemic, or they were all there already?
No, the factories were very hygienically made, very clean and everything, but this COVID-19 needs some extra precautions, like your thermal checks, your oximeter checks. We do very, very rigorously, and in shift time, we do 3 times. Every worker check 3 times, so that we have a zero. We don't want to take any risk of any life or anything. That is the reason systems are well in place from the gate to the even on the work floor. The people are checked multiple times. So those are things, and hygiene, sanitizing the factory twice a week, thrice a week. These are the systems are working, which is keeping things intact.
I think these are the things that will become a way of life now, even in the shop floor.
I think this is the future.
Yes. Saurabh, my question to you is that the personal care segment, which I assume would have reduced because of the consumer behavior change to spend only on the essentials. Saloons, even though they did start in Mumbai about a few days back, they have not seen too many footfalls. And saloons are actually the growth driver for the personal care. How do you see the demand going forward in this sector?
So, Nidhi, personal care, you are right, is a challenge right now because End of the day, personal care demand comes when you have reusage of these products, when you travel out of your houses. Shampoos, lotions, creams, all these are used when you're going out. These days, most of the people are sitting at home and hardly need any makeup, right? Except when you're giving an interview to you. So I personally feel that personal care is going to be a challenge till we have a COVID-free or less COVID risk, let's put it that way, and people are moving out easily. But as a group, we are well diversified. From last 2 years, probably one is personal care, of course, a large portfolio. We diversified into home care. We diversified into digital media. We've done pharma. We've done healthcare. So it's a large portfolio now. So if personal care came down, I think home care and healthcare and pharma has taken over.
Coming to those other verticals, Saurabh, I wanted to understand that hand sanitizer productions is going completely through the roof. Though I would understand because the entire country is almost in lockdown, the usage is not so high. So is it stocking? How do you see the usage going forward?
So if you see this phenomena, I'm saying if you go to a market or if you're going to a chemist, you need one sanitizer, you're buying five. You're buying for your house and you're stocking. You don't want to go to the chemist again. You don't want to go to the market again. So you're stocking. At the moment, I think the demand is because the stocks are very high, even at home. Going forward, this stocks may come down, but more and more people move out, the demand will remain. If you ask me in immediate terms, 6 to 8 months till we have vaccine, the demand will be very high. But if we had a market of, let's say, 10% or 20% sanitizer, and now it is 100+%, I think it will grow. So once the COVID is settled, sanitizer is going to be a new trend, and it's going to be a consumption product going forward. So it's not going to die off, but yes, as on today, the demand is very high because we all are stocking.
Well understood. Have you ordered any new molds or machines for sanitizers specifically?
Yeah, so machines and molds both were procured for sanitizers and for healthcare products. So we ramped up our operations and our production quickly as per the needs of the market. And we have a partnership with customers which is now more than 30 years old. So we go by their intuition and very progressive nature we have when we goes by relations. So we invested heavily. We invested in technology as well as in molds for sanitizers as well as other home care segment. So this, I think, has been one of the reasons that we've been able to stay afloat while this lockdown was live for everyone.
I understood. So the home care section, as you just mentioned a little time earlier, is there a demand in that sector also because of the huge focus on hygiene now?
Yeah, it's actually a little crazy because demand is increasing while in COVID and while in now also. And every day you will see customer demanding and more and more. So this is majorly the cleaning segment. So floor cleaners, toilet cleaners, anything which has got something to clean with. A simple pack. So we produce a lot of Dettol packaging.
Yes.
A simple pack of Dettol has also spurt in demand. And one of the reasons is that in India, Dettol is used traditionally also. So Dettol is actually an antiseptic, but we all use it for our clothes. One of the reason what I have seen the demand going up is that my mother itself puts Dettol in the clothes, and that's is something strange but very, very common in India. So yes, cleaning and home care and other products are seeing a large spurt in demand.
That's a good optimistic fact. Saurabh, again, the Ayurvedic and the pharma, as well as the herbal product lines, are seeing a huge push because the focus on the immunity boosters. Have you created any new product for these verticals in these segments?
So Nidhi, when we talk about pharma, we were already largest supplier in ophthalmic range in the country. So we make eye drops, which is used as a common product in generic as well as non-generic market. We make decongestants. We make antibiotic bottles. We are venturing into tablet containers and other Ayurvedic segments also. So we actually put up one of the large factory of ours in Daman recently, which is class 10 clean room setup, and it's going to be one of the class apart factories in the country. And I think more and more now towards the direction of Ayurvedic as well as pharma products, which I think that's a plan for the group.
Okay, so there is scope in the pharma, which is your next milestone.
It will, I think, and it will go on because if you see the stock market also, pharma is one stock which is now growing, and I see next 3 years the demand is always going to be around pharma and healthcare. So yes, focus will be there, and we are already ready with our production setup to cater to any demand.
So it was a good timing. Your production setup is actually best placed to cater to the increased demand in pharma that you will be catering to now.
Yes, actually, we inaugurated that plant early this year. In fact, while this COVID hit us, this plant was already in operation. So yes, it looks very positive.
Sunilji, I did not get an invitation for that. I'm marking it there. Coming to Sunilji, what were the exclusive innovations of SSF that you would actually have brought to the Indian market for the first time? Because you are very strong in innovations along with your customers.
We are last 25 years. We are last more than 3 decades. We are attached to FMCG industry. Every year we are attached to our customer. We have not IP registered with us, but we stand with our partners, and we are offered lot many things which we did first time in India. There are plenty of things we have done already, and it is continue. It is a process. Every year we will come out with 3-4 products which are new in India. So this will continue.
Just to add something here, the lot of innovation has gone into process management actually in last 3 to 4 months. But one of the pack which I can remember, which we did completely ourselves in terms of design, was this lubricant pack for Hero MotoCorp, wherein this pack was designed in a manner wherein the refill of the pack is not possible. So cap and a bottle is an integrated structure in such a manner that once the consumer opens the cap, refillability is absolutely impossible. So this is one of the product, Nidhi, which we did recently, which comes to the mind. But then there is array of products which are there from so many years, which we keep doing and keep innovating.
No, it's a way of life at SSF.
Yeah, this is a way of life. That's how you grow business in this industry.
Well said. Saurabh, you have strategically gone into backward integration. Have there been major benefits of that decision?
Actually, it's been excellent. So in last 3 years, we opened a design house, which is in Mumbai. Then we did an acquisition of a mold making company, which happened about 3.5-4 years back, which is making blow molds. And then we also have started injection mold making operations. So this backward integration gives timely deliveries to customers, confidence on technology management, confidence on quality management, and confidence on process management for future. So yes, this backward integration has helped us to be called a complete molding company from design to delivery.
It's an end-to-end.
End-to-end, yes.
Excellent.
We are only one company in India who is making injection blow molds in India. That technology only SSF is having. We have our own automation section. We do automation also in-house. So we have backward integration up to level of automation also we are doing.
Okay, excellent. I think the thoughts and the decisions taken much earlier are coming extremely handy now. This is what other companies are going towards. You've already implemented it. Well given, A+ star given. And I would also say, Sunilji, which I've really been talking to the leaders, and all of them have underlined 2 points. One is that people are their main assets. And second is that the relationships that they have with their customers and their vendors, this testing time has actually strengthened them a lot. And all of them are going to remember for it for years to come. And this is what I think the Indian companies, they have it in their basic principles. And this is the way that they operate. And this is emerging one factor, USP, that our companies are having over the worldwide companies. So I do stand a strong advocate for that.
We got appreciation all around. We got appreciation all around, even from our international customers.
Wonderful.
We are able to service them what they expect much more than that.
Wonderful. Going the extra mile. Excellent.
Yeah.
Saurabh, which are the top 3 products categories for SSF which are driving the revenue as well as the volume and the growth? The top 3.
So one is as our total business, of course, personal care is very important for our business. But then currently, the growth is driven, of course, by household and home care segment. Um, Overall, as a business, I think personal care, home care, pharma, healthcare, foods are the major categories. We have recently diversified into digital media manufacturing. So proud to say that we'll be the first company in India who would be manufacturing geo feature phones. So we manufacture the casings and we'll be assembling in our country. So this is something which we give back to the government, their demand of being self-reliant.
So
Yeah.
is it like something like Foxconn is doing on those lines?
Yes, so Foxconn is a tier one suppliers. We are partner to Flextronics, who are manufacturers for all these tier phones in India.
It is so good to hear. I was not aware about this. It is. Thank you for sharing. And I think all the industry people will also be happy that you've already taken that step. Uh,
Yes.
Congratulations, Sunil. So I'm very proud of that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think amongst the packaging companies, the first one to take this step is us. As Sunilji also mentioned that the aggression in the group is very high. And when he started business, his motto was to get things done. And follower of Narendra Modi, I think this is the result.
Wonderful. So 1 and 1 is 11. SSF generally caters to very big brands, Sunilji. I've been noticing that. But with the new requirements and the demands growing, a lot of normal size processors are also coming, and normal size customers are also coming into the market. Would you now expand to also cater to the general merchant market?
Yeah, we have found in this period of last 4 months, a lot of stock molds were missing with us. So now we are in making in a stock molds where we can cater all requirements. We are working on that.
Okay, sir. What part of your sales is coming from exports? Because going forward, I've seen a lot of processors looking at new markets. Of course, there's anti-China segment also, but otherwise also they have in this 3-4 months found new markets. Are you also taking a pie of that?
Yeah, we are getting good opportunity. We are getting good inquiries because whatever we are able to deliver in this tough time, the customer satisfied with our service quality and everything. So we are continuing with that. I am very optimistic about that. We will take it forward. Earlier there was a challenge. We were always thinking because of the freight bottles will be a challenge. But during this period, we have seen that because of India capability of delivering, we are able to achieve that.
Excellent. The new opportunity that you saw during this time. So
Huge,
crisis into
huge
opportunity you've
huge,
converted.
huge opportunity.
Wonderful. There is a lot of discussion lately on sustainability. It always has been in the last 2 years, but now it's really warmed up. And many FMCG companies have given written commitments to government increasing recycling content in their packaging. In Europe and all, it is 25%, but India also they've given a huge commitment. Can you throw some light on the FMCG companies' efforts to increase content of the recycled plastics in packaging, and then their demands from you as their partner?
Yeah, we have already started using PCR in our production. We have multi-layer machines also to use that. Plus, we are backward integrating again in that PCR also. We are putting up our own PCR plant. We are committed that to start with, we are using 15% of our own PCR in our total production. We are putting polyethylene and polypropylene, both capacities together for making PCR.
Your own PCR plant, is that what I hear?
Yeah, we are own PCR plant.
Wonderful, sir. I
Only
think
because
a lot of firsts in this session.
This is because of the lockdown. We are delayed. Our project is delayed. We are not able to reach out to the place. Otherwise, we should have been in production by now.
Okay, but it will be. So we are here looking forward for that announcement. Sunil ji, what is your company commitment and to the society as well as the outside world on CSR? I know that you're a Punjabi. Punjabiyan da dil vadda, sher varga, the madad karan lai sab time taiyar. So what is your view on that?
We are very committed to the society back. We are concerned with our education system. We are concerned with the health. Two things we have very recently, we have given one building, made one building and handed over to the Daman Education Department for the school. It is 30,000 square feet building we made and handed over to them. Frequent medical camps we are putting in our backward areas. where it is needed. And within COVID, we were very much attached to the Bombay government hospitals, where we have given the food to PPE kits, even to the ventilator level of things. We have donated. We made a group with our partners, supplier partners. We made a group, and then we have delivered to all Bombay hospitals. We are attached to most of our Bombay municipal hospitals, and we have delivered them.
This is so good to hear, sir. You're actually, SSF is walking the talk. I'm very, very proud of the actions that you've taken. And it is also going to be leading and showing the light to all of us in the business also. Sunilji, again to you. Most business houses have a succession plan in place. What's the blueprint for SSF that you've outlined?
I'm very proudly, I can say that our succession plan is, we are very humble next generation. They are very much on the job. They know their job very well. More and more, they are very, very humble, which is need for the next generation to take on. So we are very, very, every generation has its own ability. They are very adaptive to the new requirements and with the ground reality.
The young Turks are ready to take on the reins of SSF and take the next step forward. They have big shoes to fill, I must say, Saurabh. Sunilji, the last question for you. Actually, Saurabh, I'll also come to you for this. What is your message to the industry colleagues from what your major learnings have been from this pandemic?
Let's Saurabh first.
So, Nidhi, it's important that everyone understands this. So we've all gone through a cycle of, losses in sales, which has happened in the last 3 months, and where cash flows are tight. So I think every organization is actually looking at reducing cost, but I would suggest that it will be very prudent to keep investing in technology for future, in R&D for future, because if we have to succeed, and we have to succeed not locally but globally, it is important that technology and R&D is focused in packaging. I think one of the reasons what China succeeds in, because they invested very heavily in technology in early years, which is paying them now. So my sincere advice is, while we look at cost management, we keep on investing in technology and R&D for future and keep growing.
Well taken. Sunilji, what are your parting thoughts and your sharing of your learnings as well as advice to our community?
Integrity has to be the topmost priority in life, and vision. Always think big, then things will happen big.
I think even Dhirubhai has the same, he always used to guide that always think big, and ideas is no one's monopoly. So well, it has been a pleasure having this session with both of you. Thank you so much for taking out the time. And I'm sure our industry colleagues are going to take takeaways from this session from the SSF team. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
It was a pleasure.